What's up, everybody? My name is Dell. This is Dell on Movies. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you've been here before, thanks for hanging out with me again. And today I have a follow-up to a video I did just last week. I made a video where I asked followers and viewers on Instagram and YouTube to tell me what their favorite movie of all time was and why that was. And I got a lot of responses. Thank you again to everybody who responded to that. But in my haste to get the video out, I made a mistake, guys. I left a couple of people out. They let me know. They was like, hey, Dell, what's going on? I responded to you and you left me out the video. And there were only two people. Now, unfortunately, or even worse, I should say, these are two people who are great supporters of the channel and who I come to know as friends even. So I apologize to you guys again. I apologized online and in your messages to me. I apologize to you then, but now I'm apologizing to you on camera. Everybody else can see it, just so they all understand. And yeah, but let's get into the two people who their responses. The first was my guy Nick over at Movie AV Impulse, a great channel. He's been doing lots of good stuff lately. His channel is growing. His content has been getting better and better lately, and the intro is amazing. So I'm really happy to see Nick moving on up in the world, in the YouTube world. As far as this particular question and his answer again to what's your favorite movie of all time, he answered me. It's a tough call, but if I have to think back to my childhood, Oliver and Company is my favorite movie of all time. And even at my age of 41, I'll still put that movie in and reminisce. That was actually the very first movie I ever seen in theaters. All right, now I went through all of that and it's a little anticlimactic because I've never seen Oliver and Company, and I don't know how. It's one of those movies I don't know how I missed. I think it was just never on my radar, or really as back in the day when it was out. And I forget. I have to look up what year it came out. Maybe I was too old for it by that time, but I don't know. Then again, I have no idea when it came out, so it was never really something that was on my radar. Later on, my kids never sought it out, so it's one that I just never saw. But I can say that if it's the first movie you ever saw in theaters, or at least the first one that you remember seeing in theaters, for movie buffs like us, there's always a connection to that movie, right? For me, that I've mentioned this before, that movie that I really remember being the first one that I ever saw in theaters was Enter the Dragon, and I've got a connection to that movie that's never failed, never weakened, never waned. And I suspect it's much the same way for Nick and Oliver and Company. First movie that you really remember seeing in theaters, it's a powerful moment. It's a core memory, as they say in Inside Out, right? So I do need to see it. I want to see it because a lot of people have told me about it in recent years. It's like, hey, about Oliver and Company. It's just not one that I ever have seen before. So I will check that out at some point. The other response, there's nothing for me to put on the screen, and I'll tell you why. It came from the monkey, and I will put his logo up here somewhere. You can check out his YouTube channel. Now, the monkey, he replied, and I know why I missed it, because he replied in video, and then when I was putting this together, I had everything just laid out on my laptop as far as everybody's responses, and totally forgot about his video. So I did watch his video and reply to it when he made it, but forgot about it to do it. And so I'm going to leave a link in the description to his video. Go check it out. It's a pretty impassioned answer to the question. And the actual movie that he's talking about is Addams Family Values. And I'm going to kind of paraphrase what he's saying in his video. Wednesday Addams really reminds him of someone he knew from his past, and the way that she treated people reminds him of the way people have treated him in the past, and it was not always a good experience for him, yet and still he found some comfort in watching Wednesday Addams do the things that she does in the movie. So it's when someone has a connection like that, because I know a little bit of his story, and so I understand where a lot of his answer is coming from. There's a lot of pain involved in his answer, and so it's where the movie becomes something greater than just a film, right? To you and I, maybe just a film, but for him, it represents something much bigger. As for my feelings on the movie itself, There's another one, a little anticlimactic, guys. I've seen parts of it, like in sections. Like it would come on TV, and I watch the part here and catch the middle, and another time I would catch the end, and another time I would catch the beginning, or 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, and there's always something going on, right? So I never watched it in full. I did watch the first one. I really enjoyed the first one, and I actually do have both of the live action Addams Family movies in my collection. So really no excuse why I haven't seen it. So I do need to go ahead and watch those, and we'll talk about that another time, how I'm going to start getting through some of those movies. But yeah, there is my answer for you, Monkey. I don't have much to say in the way of the movie itself, but I do appreciate how you feel about the movie and what it represents for you. So that's really all I have for you guys on this one. Again, my apologies to Nick and the Monkey. I am going to put up more questions. I'm going to try to do a better job about not missing replies when I put these videos together. So this was the first trial, first run, and mistakes were made. So as we move on, hopefully this will be more streamlined, and there'll be fewer mistakes made. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect, but hopefully there'll be fewer mistakes made going forward. That's all I have for you on this video. Nick and the Monkey will be linked in the description, so check both of those guys out, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.